The chef store, my favorite place. You know, I always talk about business Costco being a great place for chefs or cooks because they cater to restaurant owners, but this place, you don't need a membership. And they have just as much, if not, I think, in a lot of ways, more better things. Yeah. So there's one product at business Costco that you can't find that you can get here. Big boxes and big containers of oil, but specifically peanut oil. So I love deep frying with peanut oil. I love the flavor. It just deep fries everything so nicely, and it's pretty affordable. This whole thing, 20 bucks. And you can't get this at business Costco. I get two because sometimes I run out. This place is about a 20-minute drive from me. The reason I like this brand of peanut oil is because it's 100% peanut oil. Now you can get this huge box of peanut oil. This is way more volume, but I don't know. On the ingredients it says it also has dimethylpolysiloxane. I can't even pronounce that, but I'd rather have just peanut oil. And so that's why I get those bottles of Luann versus this big box. I don't know if it makes a difference or if it's healthier or less healthy or whatever. I just try to get as, few ingredients in my foods as possible. I actually vlogged here, I want to say 2 or 3 months ago, and this place caters to people that own restaurants, do catering, just cooks and chefs in general. So everything is kind of in bulk, wholesale, or just bigger volume. The prices are very reasonable. In fact, I would tell you probably some of the best prices is on their produce, which I'm gonna go to next. All right, I vlogged this before, but I can't even believe the price on these onions. This is a 50-pound bag of onions. I mean, there's a lot of onions here. And they've got this tiny little price tag. Look at this, less than 14 bucks. I don't even know if you can get this big of a bag of onions at business Costco, but I mean, that is super, super cheap. Okay, so not everything is sold in bulk, but again, the price is pretty crazy. This watermelon, less than $3. It's actually $2.99, so I mean, super cheap. One thing I will say about the produce here, none of it is organic. So if you're looking for organic, this isn't the place to go. Sometimes they'll have some organic options, but this is the place where you're gonna get the best value, the best price. And as you've seen before, I don't always have to buy organic, and especially with these days and inflation and pricing. I mean, come on now, 13 bucks for a 50-pound bag of onions, $3 for a watermelon, I'll take it. Red potatoes, a 50-pound bag, and there's a ton of potatoes, obviously 50 pounds worth, $22. I mean, come on. Your standard russet potatoes, again, 50-pound bag, only $13. I'm gonna see if I can actually pick this up. I mean, it's only 50 pounds, but I've never picked up a 50-pound bag. Oh my shit. Look at this thing. That's freaking crazy. This is $20. Red potatoes, 20 bucks, 50 pounds. Now, as I mentioned, not organic, but when you think about all these different items, these, fruits and vegetables, this is what you're eating at the restaurant. That's what's kind of interesting about eating all organic. Because when you go to a restaurant, I want to say 99% of the time, it is not organic. And if it is, the restaurant's gonna mention it, and they're gonna probably put a special price tag, meaning higher prices. I think this is one of the things that changed my mind generally about organic foods, is when you go to a restaurant, you don't even question it. If you're a chef or you own a restaurant and you watch this and you're watching it, please let me know what is your thought on organic products, buying organic for a restaurant, because I've asked my friend Matt, and I know that what he told me is it's not even a thing because of prices. If you bought all organic for a restaurant, you probably couldn't even run your business. So I think there's a lot of benefits of buying organic, but there's also a lot of dogma in terms of people's perceptions about non-organic or conventionally grown foods that has kind of maybe overshadowed the fact that these products, if prepared right with the right ingredients, can still be just as delicious, just as healthy. This bunch of bananas, $2. So that means every one of these bananas is less than a quarter. Lately we've been eating tahini on our watermelon and it's amazing. I've tried it a long time ago because watermelons are in season right now. We've been sprinkling this on. Completely different experience. So if you're Mexican, probably totally normal, or you live in SoCal or somewhere where they sell fruit on the side of the street, tahini on watermelon, very normal, very delicious. But if you haven't tried it, try it. It's kind of fun going back and forth. No tahini, some tahini. I also sprinkle on a little bit of lemon juice too. So speaking of lemons, look at this. Recently we had a lemonade stand with the girls and we got a whole box for I think $30. Well, what's cool about this place is this whole bag, which is what? This is a 5-pound bag of lemons, $4.99. So even though you don't get as much or a whole box, if you want less, you're still gonna get the wholesale price. Looky here. This is about the same box that I bought at the business Costco, which you do need a membership to go to the business Costco, just a regular Costco membership. But they have the same size box for, I think, about the same price, so $32, and you're getting a, 115 count lemon box. That's crazy. Summer is a popular time to make tomato sauce or pasta sauce, and this whole box of Roma tomatoes, and these actually look halfway decent. $20, 25-pound box of tomatoes. All right, so this bag of avocados, $7.99, which is kind of an all right price, but look at this. A whole box of avocados. This is 24 count. This thing is completely packed to the brim. $48. Okay, so baristas and coffee shops obviously come here. Looks like a lot of the coffee is gone. This 5-pound bag of French roast dark roast is whole bean, $47. I don't know if that's a good price or not, but maybe this is a fancy bag, but still 5 pounds, $50. Look at this. I've never seen this. This is white coffee for espresso. It wasn't even roasted? Why would you have white coffee? Is this for maybe a special kind of drink? They have a smaller bag too. I'm almost tempted to buy it and just try it. What is this for? Let me know. Baristas, what is white coffee for? I'm gonna be vlogging all the different cooking tools and cookware, but this is all the coffee stuff. Just things that you wouldn't find at a regular cooking store. Like this tamper. This is cool. If you know about espresso machines, there's different sized portafilters. This one has both sizes, a 48 and 53 millimeter. I mean, most people wouldn't need it because you only have one portafilter size, but of course, if you have multiple espresso machines, that's kind of cool. And even though this is just a basic little container, it's just cool. I kind of like that it has this little spout. I'm kind of obsessed with spouts on little, liquid cups, just because it's easier to pour, and they have a super tiny one. A good measuring spoon is underrated in my opinion. Not something chintzy, not something plastic, a nice solid stainless steel one. I think this is 2 tablespoons. I've never seen that before. Okay, this is a legit knock box. Knock boxes, when you buy them from a company like Breville, they can be super expensive and usually are plastic. This is that legit one that actually goes inside of the counter. I mean, this is heavy duty, $22. So ever since I started vlogging, one of the things that's been such a privilege and a benefit to me and Judy is we've done well enough in life where I don't have to think about food prices. And I love that I could go to the grocery store, buy whatever my heart desired, because we don't spend money on fancy things. Even our house, I mean, if you watch our family vlog, we live in a pretty average house. Judy has a nice car, but I have a regular Toyota truck. A lot of people, when they do well, and rightfully so, they should do whatever they want with their money, they buy fancy stuff. For me, I just want delicious food, and I love that I can afford whatever I want to cook, whatever I want to feed my kids. But in the last few years, the prices of food and groceries in general has gone up so much that it's literally every time I'm checking out and I'm looking at the receipt, I'm just thinking, how much is this gonna be? So I just feel for people in general. And you guys know we have a pretty big family, 5 girls, me and Judy, Judy's dad, and we oftentimes entertain people at our house for dinner. Man, these dinners are getting really expensive, and we don't even go out to eat a lot. So I just feel for people in general. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to say boo-hoo me because my receipts are really big. I mean, like I said, we don't spend a lot of money on other things, so it's not as much of an issue. But I just feel for someone where maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck and it doesn't seem like prices are coming down. They say that inflation is slowing down, but just crazy. That's why I like doing these kind of vlogs. And even for myself, I'm looking for a better deal, hence why I go to Costco more often. And I love sharing like places like this because I'm telling you, I've never seen prices as cheap as this for a place that you don't need a membership for. It's mainly for restaurants, but anybody's welcome to come and buy stuff. They don't mind, you know, if you come here as a customer to buy whatever. All right, so I'm in the bar section and pretty standard. I mean, it's still a really big jar of olives, but for the olive lovers, the way to go. And this whole thing, 18 bucks. Now I've seen bottles like this before, but have you seen a huge container like this, a jug this big? Is that 1 gallon of lemon juice? I've always wondered if that lemon juice is good to buy because sometimes I do run out of lemons. I try to stay stocked up on citruses, but especially lemons and limes because they will last a while, but it sucks when you run out and you just need a little bit of lemon juice, and sometimes this bottle probably would save you. Not that big, but maybe the smaller one. What I usually go for is this. If I was gonna keep something in the pantry that I don't have to refrigerate, it's this, because this won't go bad at all. This is, I've actually tried this on the plane before. It's powdered lemon, crystallized lemon. So you just sprinkle it on to whatever you need, some lemon flavor. You can get this for other citrus fruits like yuzu, or what is that one, the Filipino one? Calamansi. So yeah, that's another option too. But tell me, what's your thoughts on lemon juices in a container like that? How long does it last? Do you like it as a substitute to fresh lemon juice? So this bottle right here, 4/02/2025, so not even a year. But once you open it, I wonder how long it lasts for. If you really are desperate, this is a nice thing to have in your pantry. It's only $6. And boom, you got at least the lemon flavor, as close to, you know, lemon, without the hassle of it expiring, and you can just leave it in your pantry forever. All right, so I'm in the Asian section now, and I just found something that's kind of mind-blowing. I love gochujang, but look at this huge container of gochujang. If you don't know, this is fermented red chili paste. So delicious. I just recently was on Asiana Airlines, and they give you a little packet of this stuff. Just so good, and it's got a lot of umami. If you haven't ever tried it, try it at a Korean restaurant, but having this on hand is really nice when you want that kick of spice and want that umami. It adds a lot of depth to your foods, and I think this will last quite a while. Now I have a container that's way smaller than this, that's been in the fridge for about a year. I do get one a year. Let's see, when does this thing expire? See, that's a problem with buying volume like this. You might get the great price. I mean, only 16 bucks. Oh yeah, right there. This will last about a year, see? You're good about a year with this stuff because it is already aged, because it's a fermented food. Okay, this is hiding way back here. Look at this, wasabi powder. A lot of people don't know, but most of the wasabi that you eat is this powder stuff. It's not real wasabi, it's not fresh. They just take this wasabi and they mix it with water, and then it turns into that little green, you know, smudge that you get on your sushi plate. So, I mean, obviously this is a standard for most sushi restaurants and people that use wasabi, but if you've ever had the real thing, it's so different, the texture and everything about it. If you ever go to a fancy sushi restaurant, like a really high-end one, or go somewhere nice in Japan, you'll taste the difference, and in my opinion it's way better, but it's also really expensive. All right, so here's a few products I actually have at home. Aji mirin. I do buy the fancy stuff, but this is kind of your basic one, usually more affordable. But this huge bottle, which is a product of Japan, 60 flow ounces. I've never seen this at the Wajimaya, the Japanese grocery store. Look at this, $14. You could easily pay that for a bottle half this size. So again, just getting way better value. Here's a Kikkoman brand of mirin. Even Maggi. I believe this is popular in Filipino cooking, or at least Mama always had it. And this is the biggest bottle I've ever seen, only $6.59. See, what I like about liquids like this, kind of a pantry staple, and kind of like the lemon powder, it'll last you forever, and I don't find that there's a huge quality difference in flavor. if you opened it and left it and didn't use it for, you know, a few months and maybe even up to a year or so. I know that soy sauce though, Kikkoman, it's actually pretty good. There's definitely better brands, but this is your standard. This huge bottle, 1 gallon, $13.69. The thing about soy sauce though is you use it so often and it's such a distinct flavor. Fresher is better. So more and more I'm buying this smaller bottle, usually the fancier stuff, but I always keep a bottle like this, one for emergencies and for when I'm making some kind of marinade or I need lots of soy sauce that's gonna hide in sugar and other flavors. This has got to be the best price on Frank's Red Hot sauce. I use this for buffalo wings. This whole big 1 gallon container, $16. Must be a promotion because they're trying to get rid of it, but dude, $16 for this huge thing. I don't eat this stuff, but it's the first time I've ever seen garlic parmesan sauce. I wonder what that would be for. Tell me, what food or dish would you use that for? Is it just like a dipping sauce? Because I've never heard of this. Something I'm personally not a big fan of, jarred salsa. This is La Victoria salsa picante. Even though the price is right, I just, you know what? If I'm gonna do salsa, I want it fresh, or lately I'd rather do like a pico de gallo, which is fresh onions, tomatoes, cilantro, lime, and salt. I like that. And if I really want the spice, kind of the sauciness, I just rather do a hot sauce with that. I don't mix the two, but like if I'm eating tacos, I'll do a pico de gallo and then put some extra hot sauce versus buying that kind of, I don't know, it seems like an American version of salsa, because whenever my friend who's Mexican makes salsa for me, it's never that consistency. So anyways, I grew up with that stuff, but I would never buy that whole jar. But I did eat it a lot as a kid. I do remember that. Right, this is kind of cool. A huge container of Reese's peanut butter sauce. I guess the consistency, it's a little like smoother. That's cool. I've never heard of that before. Oh, I'm in the ice cream aisle, so this must be for ice cream shops. They've got these giant things of ice cream cones here as well. All right, yep, definitely in the ice cream shop aisle. Chopped cups of Reese's peanut butter cups, peanuts, Heath bar chunks. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to buy one of these. For whatever reason, this one's open, so I'm gonna get this. The girls would love this. Waffle bowls, just so fun. You see, I don't think you can buy these kind of items at a regular grocery store. I'm totally gonna get these for the girls. I just found something that the kids definitely will love. Look at this. We just ran out of Nutella, so definitely gonna buy one of these. Maybe this is too big. They do have the standard size, but I don't know. It's kind of tempting. We do eat a lot of Nutella, and the girls even were saying, you know, I need to buy the bigger container. How much is this? 26 bucks. All right, hopefully the kids forgive me. I am gonna go with a smaller one, but just to give you an idea, this thing is 9 bucks. This huge container, 26 bucks. I'm guessing this is still the better deal, but that's just too much. A cooking ingredient that's very difficult to find, but Judy loves, is this Knorr branded tomato bouillon cube. So I think it's chicken combined with tomato. This is what most people use, either the beef one or the chicken one, pretty standard. But when it's mixed with the tomato, you get even more umami, and of course you get that tomato flavor. So I wouldn't buy this big, but if you ever see this, buy it and try it. Anytime you would add maybe some tomatoes into a sauce to make it have a little bit more umami, throw in a scoop of that. I learned that from Judy, in fact. I think it's popular in Mexican cooking. I don't know for sure, but it's hard to find if you want it at a regular grocery store, so could get it here, but you're buying a huge thing. I wonder if they have a smaller container. Found the holy grail here. This is a 40-ounce can of corned beef. This is 20 bucks, which seems like a lot, but you're getting way more corned beef in this giant thing. And we might not use all of it in one sitting, but I just had a whole conversation with a lady that totally looked Filipina. She said it's just her and her husband, and she was eyeing it. So I was like, yeah, that's a good deal, because I've seen the 4-can pack, I believe, at Costco, and it's 30 bucks, and you're getting maybe like double, if not at least 60-70% more in this thing. So I can totally justify this purchase. But she was saying, oh, it's definitely a way better deal. But yeah, she was saying it's a good deal. So she bought one and I bought one, and there's none left. So 20 bucks I'll take it. Since we're talking about Asian food and corned beef, might as well look at this bag of rice. So normally we buy a 50-pound bag of rice, but it's about $100, sushi grade premium rice at the Wajimaya. Here you get this Fujimai Cal roast rice, 50 pounds, $24. If you need to save a buck, this is the place to buy rice. This is my 4th time shopping here, and my mind's always blown, even to this day, how crazy cheap food is here. Like egg noodles, this whole bag, just to give you an idea how big it is, $10. All right, so I don't know if this makes me such a dork, but I love washing dishes when I have gloves on. Kind of reminds me of my dishwasher days when I worked at a buffet restaurant. It's not like I particularly enjoy washing dishes in general. It's just I know that I can wash dishes way faster when I'm wearing gloves because I get that water super boiling hot and you know, it'll burn you. Our water's so hot it'll burn you. But when I have the gloves on, I can just blast through dishes. So I've been using this one-time use gloves, but this one's reusable, only $1.69, so I'm gonna try these out. I don't know about you, but whenever I wash dishes, because it is literally the bane of my existence, the least fun thing I do, what I do to make it more enjoyable or feel like I'm not wasting my life away, is I listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, or even just listen to music. So yeah, it's kind of my time to give Judy a break. Or vice versa. Judy usually does the dishes these days at night, so I can give the girls a bath. But yeah, seems pretty obvious, but yeah, give these a whirl. Speaking of dishwashing, if you have stainless steel pans suck for washing because sometimes there's stains on it. This is going to be a lifesaver because it's this white powder. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bad or good for the environment, but I use it periodically to clean my stainless steel pans. Oh, look at this. It says bleach free, which is cool. I have a whole video on how to clean your stainless steel pans, and this is the stuff that I use to do it. You can get this at any grocery store, but of course you can get it here. This whole bottle is $2.39. All right, so I'm in the walk-in fridge, and it's kind of an understatement because this is so huge. And it's so cold in here that literally there's ice building up around the door frame. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend that much time in here. But I just wanted to show you what kind of meat deals you can get here. These are the American style sausage links, one you would see at a breakfast place. You get this whole thing, which is 10 pounds of sausage links, $30 for this whole thing. I mean, this is a lot. 10 pounds of ground beef patties, $37. It's a pretty good deal, already formed. Damn, it's hella cold in here. You can even get some funky cuts. Beef feet cut, pork feet cut, goat, bone in. Yeah, this is for the people that love to cook. Look, pork leg bones, beef short ribs. Oh my God, pork belly, look at that, $3.59 a pound for that whole box of pork belly. I love pork belly. Look how cold it is in here. I mean, I would literally freeze to death if I stayed in here too long. We can get out of here. I'm gonna have to vlog from outside. Going into the dairy section, which is also cold, but not as cold. I don't remember what the price of this is, but you can get this huge thing of whipping cream, $11. That's a pretty good deal. Lately, I've been using half and half in my coffee drinks, my espresso drinks, FYI. I find the consistency for lattes is better. And I heard this, I think, from an actual barista. So half and half, really good for steaming your milk for latte drinks. Also, I've been drinking this, the Dairy Gold whole milk. Now this is a local Pacific Northwest company. If you can get it, definitely some quality Moo Juice, old-fashioned chocolate milk, same company, Dairy Gold. So I usually buy eggs somewhere else, but if you want a good deal on eggs, you get, how many? You get 60 eggs for $26. That's a lot of eggs. Now I'm in the cold fridge for produce, and I spotted something really interesting. Look at that! That's a big thing of kimchi. Less than $30. I've tried this kimchi brand and it's all right. I'd much rather have the stuff that I buy at Costco, but I mean, $30 for that whole thing. They've got some smaller jars as well. Oh, look at this, pink pickled ginger. Now I would never need this much, but yeah, it's here. Oh, I'm smelling the garlic. Look at that, roasted garlic? Actually sounds kind of good. You probably won't buy bags of garlic anymore. By the way, thank you for all your tips on how to store garlic that's peeled. Because last time we bought it from Costco, we used a bunch of it, not all of it, but it stunk up the whole refrigerator. And a lot of you were saying put it in a glass jar with a lid. So I'm gonna try that next time. But yeah, we didn't end up using the whole thing. It still was a better deal ultimately, but we did have to throw away some of it. So making your own pesto is the way to go. But man, I do like buying this jarred stuff because it's so much more convenient. And yeah, that's a pretty good price, I'd say. I always buy this stuff at Costco. I just wanted to mention that. Pesto pasta is delicious. I've talked about this before. You can buy whole things of steak. You have to slice it yourself, but that's a ribeye steak. I don't know what you call it, like a whole piece of meat. $9.79 a pound. That's a good deal. Bacon-wise, they got a lot of options here, but Costco got them beat on price. I vlogged the meat last time, so go check out that episode if you want to see the different options and more dairy products, lots of cheese, butter, also good price. Oh, and they have the brand they sell at Costco, the Tillamook sliced cheddar. Tell me, is this a better price? I have a feeling Costco might be better, but $12.29. Yeah. Good brand, Tillamook. Shout out to the green cap, green bottle Parmesan crew. I don't eat that Parmesan anymore, but you know, we all grew up on it. I couldn't ever see myself needing to buy this bag of tortilla chips. Just to give you an idea, look how big it is. 4 pounds of round tortilla chips, less than 10 bucks. That might be one of the best deals here. Oh, what? They got the Juanitas too? $4.89 for that thing? $4.89 for this huge 24-ounce bag. I think I've seen this once in a while at grocery stores, but I mean, like at $4.89, that's a good ass price. They also have the smaller bag, which I think this is the big bag maybe at a grocery store. All right, I think this beats that big bag of tortilla chips. I think this is 6 pounds of tortilla chips and same price. So if you're making a lot of nachos, this is the place to buy your chips. Hands down, Tim's Cascade jalapeno chips. Best jalapeno chips around. All right, all that came to 70 bucks. I didn't buy that much. It was really just the oil, the waffle bowls, the Nutella, the corned beef, and those gloves. But yeah, the last time I vlogged here, actually a lot of people loved it. I know that you guys probably are watching this vlog because of that vlog. And you know, this is specifically for restaurant owners, but you don't need a membership. And if you come later in the day, it's not that busy. The one thing I'd say is if you're gonna buy like crazy amounts of meat, give them a heads up because the meat section, it kind of looks bare. And I just overheard somebody else, another customer, saying they needed a whole bunch of ground beef. But you know, when I first started this channel, I just wanted to share my passion for food. I always wanted to be on the Food Network. I thought it'd be cool to get paid to cook. But, you know, this channel has kind of evolved. And the reason I'm bringing all this up is my second passion or my second reason for doing these vlogs is specifically showing you how easy it is to actually cook and how to cook in a way that's not like such a burden on your life, especially if you love food. Because I was mentioning going out to restaurants, and shout out to all the chefs, the cooks, the restaurant owners that are cooking for America, cooking for the world. We love you, we need you. But I know that it's expensive right now. And if you got a big family like mine, if you start cooking for yourself, and you know this if you cook, though it takes work and time and you got to wash dishes. I hate washing dishes. I'll tell you, it leads to better health, better quality meals, and more happiness, I know for me, and it's very fulfilling. It's one of the few things that you can do that normally you would think, okay, I'm just gonna have it delivered, order out, go to a restaurant, it's gonna be more convenient. But the long-term benefits of cooking food, I believe, on your health and just pure enjoyment, you can actually eat foods that are maybe, you know, deep fried or not as healthy, but it's better for you when you cook it yourself because you control the ingredients, you know what's going into your dishes. Just look at our family as evidence. We eat a lot of delicious things and we're all very happy and healthy. And a major part of it is because we cook, and that's why I go to places like this, especially if you're trying to save money, you're penny pinching, find places like this. And that's why I'm just so glad I can share my passion and I can do this, because I know in a lot of the comments people appreciate that. There's places like this, many other places as well where you can save a buck, because man, grocery store bills right now are ridiculous. So I hope that that's what you get out of this channel, that you start cooking if you're not a cook, or you cook even more if you like to, cook at home. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I really do believe that more people would be better off if they just cooked more food, even if it was just one meal a day, or at least one more meal than you normally would cook for yourself. And if you don't cook at all, hopefully this channel inspires you, because I know I'm inspired by so many YouTube chefs out there. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching. I just want to also say I appreciate that you guys take time to watch these videos and subscribe to my channel, because I just love food. I love sharing my passion for it, which has kind of been the dream for me when I started in 2010. All right, I gotta go buy some eggs.